Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to Mornings with Max and Tiggerlicious. Merry Christmas, y'all. Merry Christmas. That's right. We don't do this Xmas stuff, huh, Tigger? What's up, you guys? You know what? For those of you who took the time to pray and send encouraging messages, thank you so much. Yesterday was just such. It started off rough. It definitely started off rough. Felt the attack for sure to my heart, to my spirit, which really leads me to this topic of really slowing down. I know I'm going to probably speak to a lot of us about slowing down. And really, well, let me start off by saying what I mean by slowing down in my current situation. As I really started to stop and think and take the time to figure out what it was that I was tripping about. Like, why was my heart so hurt? Why were my thoughts so jumbled? Why was I so insecure? Why was I feeling the way I was feeling? I am a verbal processor, and I'm also somebody that has this obsessive need to understand myself. I have to understand. I don't really let any emotion go by me and go, oh, well, whatever. I don't know what that was. No, we will find out what that was. A little OCD when it comes to it, but it's just the way that I am. And I've started to realize that there was a lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of that was getting to me. Like the things were just piling up, which is so funny because I'm such an advocate of with people. Like, don't let things pile up with people. You tell them right away, I always tell people I'd rather be uncomfortable and bring something up to somebody when it's this small than to bring it up to them when I'm done with them. I'm done with you, and I'm just going to tell you why I'm done with you and walk away. And the people do that all the time. In fact, people just walk away. They don't even tell you why they walked away. And you're left thinking, I have no idea what that was all about. And you leave a lot of destruction in your back and behind you. Hurt people and confuse people when you do that. So for me to not really understand why I was that things were piling up was strange to me. So, and it had, all of a sudden I'm thinking, well, that bothered me, and well, that bothered me, and this seems to be happening, and all of a sudden it just started feeling like it was happening all the time, and I was being hurt. People's making, insensitive comments, or, joking with you, and, and maybe they were joking with you, but, it's different. It's different. Sometimes you take things in a little bit more sensitively than other days, and it just seemed like it was just happening all the time. I'm still experiencing culture shock out here too. Being Latino, being Chicano, being from California, being from Southern California at that, being from San Diego specifically at that, is you got one culture on top of one culture on top of one culture, bringing it to almost a uniculture, like just one, one way of being out here. And it's been a culture shock for me. We were just joking yesterday. People aren't friendly out here. And it's so funny because I heard forever, living in California, I heard forever, oh, Californians are so rude. And no. I didn't have anything to compare it to. I thought to myself, well, the Latino culture is not, Latino culture was not. So I don't know who you're talking to, or who you're referring to, but, whatever. I've always heard that until I came out here. People will not even make eye contact with you guys. They won't. Like you literally walk down the street and, hey, how you doing? Because it seems like everybody smokes out here too. You got the most beautiful background you could ever see in your whole life, and you're looking at these trees, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, thank you, Jesus, for your, thank you, Jesus, for your, and 50 people. It gets on my last nerve. It gets on my last nerve. How you could be seen. It's like the air we breathe out here. It's like, and 50 people. It's like, anyway, that's my 2 cents on smokers, but love you if we're friends and you smoke. I do. Yeah. Anyway. But anyway, I started to realize that without conscious a word, it's hard to say, consciously thinking, I'm going to avoid and get really busy and da 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 and not pay attention to, my hurts. I think subconsciously, without a doubt, that was happening. That some of my busyness really had to do with covering up some of those feelings. And even though I was covering it up with good things, friends, fellowship, showing up to things and being a part and being involved and all good things, I wasn't replacing it with drugs or alcohol or anything like that. But still, it was a cover up nonetheless. Not allowing myself to really fully slow down and say, okay, let's deal with this. What's going on? I can't, one person, well, maybe one person can influence a culture, but one person can't change everything, and maybe I'm wrong to say that. Some of you go-getters, yes, you can. But for now, for the sake of my sanity, I'm just going to say that I can't. So then I need to make an adjustment in my heart and in my mind, but I wasn't doing that. Instead, it was like, okay, on to the next fun thing. Okay, that hurt my feelings. Okay, on to the next fun thing, And then all of a sudden it piled up. And yesterday morning when I woke up, I literally was in tears, weeping. If it wasn't for my roommate, who's amazing and such a brother, Tony, I love you, and just some other friends that, that we texted and they walked me through. It was just a good cry, some opening up, via text with some amazing friends, and a big long hug from Tony. It was just like, wow, you know what? I can't do this again. We have to slow down. We really do. Some of our busyness is us covering up. It really is. I know we're in a busy month and it's crazy and it's fun. I love it as it was coined. Okay, so there's introverts and extroverts. So I guess somebody, JD coined the phrase, I'm a maxtrovert. Because I'm an extreme. There's extrovert and then there's me. So then he says, no, you're a maxtrovert. Pretty awesome. I love it. But being that the holidays are amazing, you get to see friends, there's Christmas parties. I'm constantly going, oh, now it's this group's Christmas party. Oh, now it's this group's Christmas party. Oh, this is awesome, showing up to different things. But I think within that, and I'm not saying become a hermit, especially if you're introverted already, don't. I'm not saying that. And maybe introverts cover it up a different way, but the only way I know is that I have been busy and not allowing myself to really hold each thought captive. And holding each thought captive is really going, okay, you're a lie, peace. Not going, I'm just not going to feel that right now. I'm just not going to think about that right now. That's not holding thoughts captive. Just because you temporarily deferred, like when you defer your payment on a credit card. Oh, because I don't know anything about that. But when you defer their feelings, all of a sudden you owe a crap load on your emotional credit card. And you have no idea, like you're like overwhelmed like I was yesterday. So my encouragement this morning is to say, let's slow down, you guys. It's not worth piling stuff up, really holding those thoughts captive and saying, okay, I'm not gonna dwell on this, because dwell on this not the next thing we do, but when I'm not gonna dwell on this, but I'm gonna acknowledge